Dear friends, welcome back to my channel. In the last class, we have discussed about one 5-mark question. What is an isothermal process? And hence derive an expression for work done in case of an isothermal process. Okay. So in this class, let's discuss one more 5-mark derivation. So that is, what is an adiabatic process? And hence derive an expression for work done during an adiabatic process. Okay. Expression for work done, I will write as just W in case of an adiabatic process. An adiabatic process. Okay, now I think you are in a position to answer my question. What is an adiabatic process? Isothermal process means it's a thermodynamic process that takes place at a constant temperature, where we can expect the variation in the pressure and volume, isn't it? Just like that, I have taught it already. Adiabatic process means it's a thermodynamic process that takes place by keeping our total heat content of the system fixed or constant. Okay, and also I have explained a few properties of adiabatic process, isn't it? So it's a quick process, so like that. Okay, anyhow, then here, in order to derive the expression for work done, let us consider 1 mole of an ideal gas. What is an ideal gas? Ideal gas is an imaginary gas that obeys all the gas laws under all pressures and temperatures. Okay. Now let us consider one such gas, 1 mole of an ideal gas at initial temperature T1. Okay. Let T1 be the initial temperature of the gas. Okay. Let P1 and V1 are the initial pressure and initial volume of that 1 mole of ideal gas. Okay. So that sentence you have to write carefully. Let us consider 1 mole of an ideal gas at temperature T1. Let P1 and V1 are the initial pressure and initial volume of the gas respectively. That sentence. Okay, next. Let us allow the gas to expand adiabatically. That is, by keeping total heat content of the gas constant, let us allow the gas to expand. Therefore, small work done in doing so is, we are allowing that gas to expand adiabatically. Okay, so there is some small work done. That small work done is given by, as usual, dW is equal to what? dW is equal to P into dV, where P is pressure and dV is change in volume. But we know that for adiabatic process, for an adiabatic process, P V power gamma is equal to constant. P V power gamma is equal to constant, which is this new term gamma that you might have learnt in case of kinetic theory of gases, isn't it? Gamma means the ratio of specific heats, that is Cp to the Cv. Okay, the ratio of specific heat capacity at constant pressure to the specific heat capacity at constant volume will be regarded as gamma. Its another name is atomicity. Okay, next. So here PV is equal to PV power gamma is equal to constant. I can take that constant as some capital K. Okay, for an isothermal process, what we had, PV is equal to constant, isn't it? So that constant was replaced by RT, isn't it? Just like that, here P V power gamma is equal to constant. Otherwise, in place of P we can write K divided by V power gamma. K divided by V power gamma. As per our previous knowledge, we can also say that P1 V1 power gamma is equal to P2 V2 power gamma, that is equal to K. That is how we find the value of a proportionality constant as usual. Okay. Since P V power gamma is equal to constant, it is nothing but P1 V1 power gamma is equal to P2 V2 power gamma, that is equal to K. Okay, now let us substitute the value of P as K by V power gamma here. K divided by V power gamma. So this is anyhow the small amount of work done by the gas while expanding adiabatically. But now our intention is to find out the total work done by the gas. Okay, how to get W from that dW? Since W is the total work done and dW is the small work done. Okay, how can we get W from dW? Of course, by integrating. Okay, therefore the total work done by the gas in expanding from V1 to V2 is from V1 to V2 is W is equal to integral V1 to V2 dW. What is the value of dW? That is K divided by V power gamma. So this equation can also be written as, I will take K outside, integral V1 to V2. Okay. So this is 1 by V power gamma d. In the next step, what I will do is, I will keep that W as it is at the LHS and I will transfer this V power gamma to the numerator. Therefore, it becomes integral V1 to V2 V power minus gamma dV. Okay. So, according to the rule of integration, if we integrate V power gamma, what we get? It is V power minus gamma plus 1 divided by V power minus gamma plus 1 divided by minus gamma plus 1. Within the limits, okay, here is some K, that constant, within the limits V2 and V1. So this is what we get on integrating V power minus gamma. So we get V power minus gamma plus 1. So over minus gamma plus 1. Next thing, what to do here means, I will take this minus gamma plus 1 outside, just below that K, it becomes 1 minus gamma. Okay. Next, for this I can write V power 1 minus gamma. Minus gamma plus 1 is nothing but 1 minus gamma. This is V2, V1, upper limit and lower limit respectively. Next, what to do here? I will keep K by 1 minus gamma as it is. Okay. I will substitute the upper limit and lower limit. It becomes V2 power 1 minus gamma minus V1 power 1 minus gamma. Just I have substituted the upper limit first and then the lower limit as per the rules. Okay, now let us multiply this K2 inside. It becomes 1 by 1 minus gamma K V2 power 1 minus gamma minus K V1 power 1 minus gamma. Okay, just I have multiplied that K. Next, here, since here the K is the coefficient of V2, I can write K2 value, K value as P2 V2 power gamma. This is 1 by 1 minus gamma P2 V2 power gamma into V2 power 1 minus gamma minus, for this K I will write P1 V1 power gamma. P1 V1 power gamma into V1 power 1 minus gamma. Okay, here see this V2 power 1 minus gamma is what? V2 power 1 minus gamma is nothing but V2 power 1 into V2 power minus gamma, isn't it? Therefore, it will become 1 by 1 minus gamma just P2 V2, because here is V2 power plus gamma, here is V2 power minus gamma plus gamma will cancel. Therefore, P2 V2 minus, similarly here we get a P1 V1, isn't it? Next, we know that PV is equal to RT for 1 mole of an ideal gas. This is P1 V1 is equal to R into T1 and P2 V2 is equal to R into T2. Therefore, here for this we can write, therefore W is equal to 1 by 1 minus gamma RT2 minus RT1. Now what you can do as a final step, in the final step you can take R outside. Therefore, W is equal to R by 1 minus gamma T2 minus T1. If you don't want the T2 first, means you can also write T1, but here you have to write R divided by gamma minus 1. Okay, so this is the total work done by the gas in case of an adiabatic process. So this is for 1 mole of an ideal gas. Similarly, if they asked you to find the expression for work done in case of n mole of an ideal gas, then you have to multiply this by n as usual. Okay, that's it. See, I will repeat once again. What is an adiabatic process, and hence derive an expression for work done in case of an adiabatic process. So if you get such a type of question in your examination, then you have to answer for that what is adiabatic process. A thermodynamic process, so that takes place at a constant heat, I mean by keeping the total heat content constant or fixed, is said to be an adiabatic process. Okay, next, as usual we will make one assumption here. Let us consider 1 mole of an ideal gas. Why we take always 1 mole of an ideal gas means in order to eliminate that coefficient. Okay, hence, okay, let us consider 1 mole of an ideal gas at temperature T1, that is the initial temperature. Let P1 be the initial pressure of the gas, let V1 be the initial volume of the gas. Okay, these are the assumptions we should make. Okay, we should make. Next, let us allow, this is the derivation part, let us allow the gas to expand adiabatically. Just like in case of an isothermal process, I am using the same sentence here. Let us allow the gas to expand adiabatically. So the small amount of work done in doing so is given by dW is equal to P into dV. Next, here for an adiabatic process we can write PV power gamma is equal to constant. That constant is capital K. Okay. Therefore, from this we can extract the value of P as K divided by V power gamma and substitute the P value here. Next, the total work done by the gas in expanding from V1 to V2. Now, the small work done is given by dW and the total work done is given by just W, and it can be obtained by integrating the dW. Okay, and we will integrate the dW within the limits of V1 and V2, where V1 is the initial volume and V2 is the final volume of the gas. Okay, next, here for this constant we can also write P1 V1 power gamma, we can also write P2 V2 power gamma. Based on the situation, based on the need, we can modify the value of constant K. Okay, next, the total work done dW in place of dW K by V power gamma. V power gamma on transferring to numerator, it gives V power minus gamma. Even a small baby knows. Okay, V power minus gamma dV. Next we have to integrate v power minus gamma. On integrating v power minus gamma, what we get here is v power minus gamma plus 1 over minus gamma plus 1 within the limits v1 and v2. Next, minus gamma plus 1 can be written as 1 minus gamma, and I have taken it outside. Therefore, remaining thing is v power 1 minus gamma. Next, so we have to substitute the upper limit first and then the lower limit. Therefore, v2 power 1 minus gamma, v1 power 1 minus gamma will come. Next, here based on the need, as already I have said about k, here we should transfer that k. I mean we have to multiply that k to inside. Okay, k v2 minus k v1. Since v2 is here, in place of k we have to write p2 v2 power gamma. Similarly here p1 v1 power gamma. So all these things are according to this formula. So here gamma will cancel and what remains is p2 v2 and then p1 v1. Next, for an ideal gas, 1 mole of an ideal gas, pv is equal to RT. Okay, we can also write it as p1 v1 is equal to RT1. For p2 v2 we can write R into T2. Okay, so now substitute p2 v2 place nalli RT2 in place of p1 v1 RT1. Take the R outside, it becomes W is equal to R divided by 1 minus gamma into T2 minus T1. Okay, this is the expression for total work done by that gas in case of an adiabatic process. Okay, anyhow, so in the next class let us discuss about a different type of device or machine called heat engine. Okay, until then, so take care. Thank you for watching.